Architectural Builder Supply is pleased to present you with this recording of the technical question that is listed in the title of this video.
This call may be monitored and recorded for quality assurance.
Products, metal door, frame, jam, and doors in it.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm trying to get some information on these. I did basically. We're doing a complete renovation on some apartment buildings here, and they pulled all the jams and the doors out, and then we went all the way down to the studs, and now we've done really sheetrocked. And we're trying to put these door units back in. I'm trying to get some information on.
What's the question?
Well, I guess the main thing, these are made a little bit different than what I'm used to dealing with as far as, they don't have any of the clips that I typically use, to secure them in the hole.
Do you have doors and frames on the site now?
I do. And in
okay.
fact, I pulled a tag off of one of the jams on the inside it's got a bunch of different information on it.
Are you reusing them from a different installation?
Yeah, like I said,
okay.
We pulled them out of the hole and went all the way down to the studs, and now we done got the sheetrock back up, and we're trying to put them back in the hole. But whenever they pulled them out, that was before I was even on site.
So if there's no evidence of an anchor at the top of each jam, then it sounds like when they pulled the frames out, they probably didn't notice that they were destroying the anchors that were holding the frames in place, like stud anchors.
Well, it looks like it's got some through holes in the jam.
It could. It could be dimpled or just drilled.
Yeah, I mean that's and on the back side, it's like it's got a little a little keyhole slot. I don't know. Like that. Normally the fire doors that I deal with, they got like a little clip on the back side of it.
You mean the frames?
On the back side of the jam.
Yeah.
That you put it on there, and you turn it 90 degrees, and you mount it. You fasten it to your studs.
Yeah, that's a stud anchor. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
The problem is, are your walls already up?
Yeah, the walls are already up.
All right.
Sheetrock's up.
Where are these holes that you mentioned?
Well, they're on you got your two sides and your top. They're towards the top on the side pieces.
When you say they're towards the top, are they like within 6 inches of the top?
Yeah.
Okay. And is there nothing but a hole there?
There's nothing but a hole there. But on the back side, it's like a little keyhole.
There's something
slot.
there. Yeah,
it's like a little strengthener or something, on the backside, kind of. Oh, I don't know.
Yeah, I know what it is. It's a stiffener. I know what's there. It's
a little stiffener or something there.
It's part of the evidence of what used to be there.
Yeah.
So now it sounds like what you have is part of a drywall frame, but you're missing the compression anchor. And for whatever reason, those were removed. They would have been, in order to properly remove a 3-piece knockdown drywall frame, you would have turned those bolt heads clockwise. That would have shrunk the compression anchor in, allowing you to scooch a jam out, then the header can come out, then the other jam can come out. Once you've removed probably the typical drywall screws through the face of each jam on both sides. So if someone's gotten in there and removed those compression anchors, then you need compression anchors.
When you say compression anchors, are you talking about like a standard like sheetrock anchor, or what are we talking about there? Like a toggle anchor? Or?
No. When hollow metal frames are done as what we would call knockdown 3-piece drywall.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
They're always going to have this unique anchor that's within 6 inches of the top of the jamb. It's welded into the back of the frame and has a bolt that comes through the soffit of the frame that you can see. As you turn the bolt head, it happens to be that you turn it counterclockwise. As you turn that, it throws a plate on the back side of the jamb away towards the stud. And when you do that same operation on the other jamb, these plates go out, they hit the studs, and what happens to the jambs? Well, they get pushed in, and they compress against the mitered assembly at the header. And so you're describing what was at one time a knockdown drywall frame.
Okay.
And you're trying to reuse them.
Is that possible?
Yeah. Is it possible? Yeah. I mean, I don't. So first of all, Amweld's been out of business for a real long time.
That's kind of what I'm noticing. So that tells you about how old these doors are.
Yeah. So we do sell stock compression anchors. They have to be attached to the back of the frame somehow, and they're welded in. I've never seen them attached any other way. Even though you could bolt them in, I suppose, they're meant to be welded in. And you need one per jamb. How many frames are you doing?
Oh, shoot. I've got 40.
Okay, so you're going to need a mess of compression anchors. My suggestion...
Compression anchors.
Yeah. My suggestion is that you order 2 of them from me, or I can give you the part number and you can look at them online. And then you can...
I'm on your website right now.
Okay.
You got somebody so I can look at it?
Yeah. So in that search box, top center, literally type the 2 words compression anchor and then hit enter. And let me know when that page loads.
All right. Yeah, it's got like 2 different pages here.
Okay. Scroll down to the bottom of the first page.
Yeah.
You see something starts with DKS?
Yep.
Pre-clam
8.
Yep.
Drywall
That's a compression anchor.
Okay.
So you're going to see these 2 U-shaped pieces of metal that kind of nest together. You see the bigger one with the hole in it? You see that? Okay, so now the other long strap that's kind of U-shaped, that's thinner, those are the tabs that get welded down to the back side in the throat of the frame. And you center that compression anchor over the hole in your jamb, and that little round dark thing, that's supposed to be a bolt, that goes through the hole.
Would that be what would fit into that little keyhole slot?
So that's the issue. This compression anchor is from DKS. We'd need a time machine to find original Amweld compression anchors. So it's the same concept. And my fear is that the hole that's in the jamb is certainly not the right size, and that modification in the field is at a minimum going to be required. So you've got to not only figure out how to get it in there. You could drill holes and get some, 3/16 machine bolts and nut them, machine bolt and nut them in there with some lock washers. That'll hold it. But then you might have to modify the hole that's in the soffit of the frame a little bit. Shouldn't be too awful. So you either, here's my thing. You either get a couple of these and you try it, or you buy all new frames. Either way, it's going to cost money in the sense of labor. Now, if it was here in the shop, it would be, it would be very quick work to do it because I know how to do it.
Yeah. Now here's the next thing. So the guys that are trying to install these doors here, and this is why I'm looking. Originally, I told them, look, just go in there and install the doors. I thought they were just plain old metal knockdown jams, like I've used before. And then they came to me this morning and said, well, we need some 3-inch long nails to install the jams. And when they asked me that, that's why I said, hold up, something.
Yeah.
something's not right here.
Are you building a roof? Are you installing frames?
So,
what are we doing here?
Yeah, so that's whenever I went over there and looked at the jams myself. I mean, I looked at them, but I haven't really studied them. I saw 3 pieces there, and I thought they were just regular old metal knockdown jams. But now, I tell you, I'm walking back over here. They're on the. If you give me just a couple minutes, I'm gonna put my eyes back on them. Now that I got this compression anchor in my head.
Yeah.
Okay, so the compression anchor would be for the top of it, up at the top of the jam. What about down at the bottom?
Okay, so describe to me what you see in the face of the frame at the bottom of the jam.
Well, bear with me just a second. I'm walking back over here. In fact, I threw my back out 2 days ago, so I'm a little slower.
I'm sorry to hear that. I've been, unfortunately, in that position. It's awful. The human back needs another million years of evolution.
Give me about another minute here, and I'll be back over here. But I did look at it whenever I was in here a while ago, but I didn't study it completely. Where am I calling to?
I'm in southern Florida.
Okay. Oh, you way down there. How's
I'm originally from Chicago. I just, I love Chicago. I it's good. It's just the politics it runs afoul in the tax and the weather.
How's the weather down in South Florida right now?
Well, if there's no hurricane, it's sublime.
Yeah. Well, I'm originally from Louisiana.
Oh, well, then you get that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I tell people, I tell those smartasses, forgive my language, in Chicago, I said, I've lived through 4 of the 5 worst snowstorms in the history of Chicago. Add them all together, they're not 5 minutes of a hurricane.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
It's a botheration when you have a snowfall. You can't get to Starbucks. Okay? But your power doesn't generally go out with a snowfall. So.
Yeah, exactly. All right, so I've got this frame here I'm looking at again now. And pick these up. So that little keyhole slides about 3.5 inches from the very top.
Yeah, that would make sense. It'd be pretty close to the top. Just enough to get a screwdriver in there and a man's wrist wrapped around a screwdriver. Yeah.
Okay. And then, so down here, let me flip it around. So I ain't got to bend down. All right, so on the bottom, it's got 2 pieces of metal strapping. They would be they're welded.
Yeah.
At the bottom, on the inside, I'm calling jam and casing like I would just a normal interior door. They're mounted on towards the, I guess, on the outside edge of the jam, and these straps, it look like they would almost wrap around the outside edge of the casing.
Well, yeah, those are actually meant to go around the stud. So
that's what I was thinking. Yeah. It was like they would be kicked out straight, and they would fasten to the stud.
Yeah. So what
I don't know, I guess to the center of the strap, they're probably about 3/4 of an inch up from the bottom of the jam.
Yeah, that's a very common way. But what you would do, if you were going to try to convert these, you're going to take those straps and you're going to get a pneumatic grinder or whatever. You're going to get a cutting tool. You're going to pull those out. You're then going to drill and dimple a hole in the bottom of the jamb on both sides of both jambs, enough for a number 8 drywall screw. So you're going to then...
Through the casing.
Well, we wouldn't call it casing because it's not applied separately, but just the face of the steel frame that, yes, it would, in elevation, it would be casing. Yes, sir.
Yeah, the face of it. The face of the steel frame. That's right.
Yes, sir.
Okay. And just do a screw right through the face of it, pretty much.
Right, and you're going to position that so that it goes through the drywall and into the stud.
That's right. Okay.
It's easy work. It's just, someone's got to do it. That's the first thing.
Well, I think they're trying to keep away from having to buy new doors,
Yeah, well, that's absolutely. I mean, this is going to take time and labor, but it's going to be less than new frames.
Well, now, here's my next question. Instead of using them clips at the top, why can't I just face screw at the top of the jam?
So the problem with doing that would be, how are you going to margin the back of the jam off of your studs? How are you going to maintain a true 36? Let's say you're dealing with 3.0. How are you going to maintain a true 36 on the inside width when you're going to suck those jams down to your rough opening? If you were to build blocks and spacers back there and it was perfectly true plumb level and square, yeah, I could see how you could do that. Just dimple through the soffit, use like number 14 wood screws. I get that. But that's not how that's meant to be done. The concept of a compression anchor is this. The more you turn that bolt, the more it throws that plate. So you continue to turn it till you hit the studs, and then you are square up at the header. Then, where you run the drywall screws through the bottom of the jams, through the drywall into the stud, that's when you are plumb.
Yeah.
But you're always maintaining 36 in the width, and got to be square, true plumb level and square. If you don't have that, your door's not going to swing right. Anyway, now, so that's what I would have to say about that.
Yeah. Okay. All right. All right. Okay. So that answers that. So I just need to go ahead and get the clips and mount them into my stud, and then secure the top of the jam to that clip. If that clip is going to fit this jam.
That's where just get 2 of them to try it out comes in, so that you can say, this is what. So back in the old days, if we were talking about Kiwani hollow metal, they had a same compression anchor, but it took a different size bolt, and I just don't remember Amwelds. I mean, I've been to the plant, but you're talking 2000. No shit, you're talking 1998 when I was there. I just don't remember what they look like.
Yeah. And if it doesn't fit, then what is my option?
Well, come up with an alternate means to install them. If you could create a good rough opening every single time, that was, you'd have to measure the frames and figure out if you can do that.
Which is not the case on this project.
It's right, and it wouldn't be in even a perfect theoretical scenario. I'm going to suggest that you find a way to reuse those with the conversation about how to modify the bottom and then getting that compression anchor to work. It will work, but until you get it in your hands and figure out how you're going to integrate it, it's an unknown. That compression anchor we've sold to people who knows whose frames they're using them on. And actually, they're really used when the frame is not prepped, meaning they were going to drill that smaller hole for the bolt head to stick through, because that's your access with the screwdriver to throw the plate in the back, to push it out and draw it back in when you're getting those compression plates to go against the studs.
Mm-hmm.
You might show that compression anchor to somebody, and you know what? By the end of the day, I can get a video made of that and send it to you, because I've got them here. I just haven't. Oh, maybe I already have. I doubt it. What am I looking for? Bear with me one moment. I want to see if I already have a video of that compression anchor made that I can just send you. It'll be me blabbing on, holding it in the hand. So let's see, DKS. I have it. I have the video right here. I can upload it and send it to you. I just haven't uploaded it to the site. So it's a video of me holding the anchor, showing it, probably giving dimensional properties, and talking about how it's used.
Okay.
So I could send that to you. That's not going to hurt to see that.
Oh, that'd be awesome. How can you send that to me?
I'm gonna upload it to YouTube, and then I'm going to send you a link.
Perfect.
Tell me your email address. Architectural Builders Supply hopes you have enjoyed this program. Again, thank you for watching, and if you've enjoyed this video, please click thumbs up, please subscribe, and maybe even send the video to someone that you know. Thank you.